When we grow up, we have all these ideas and dreams and hopes and ambitions, and we have a plan, right? It's such a moment when you realize that you can plan and plan and plan, right? And we hear it, we know the quotes, and even that the loss is never that crash, boom, bang sort of loss. It's never, sometimes it's not drama. It's literally you can wake up in the morning and just like, whoa, like how? And being able to sit in that and to mourn what it is that you need to mourn. And I think it's a constant choice, struggle to get up, because it's understanding that even that loss had to happen. Eventually end up appreciating that loss because it opens up so much for you if you allow it. But it also opens up the things that you never realized you needed to understand, you needed to learn from, you needed to grow, you needed to let go. Understanding of self, understanding of others, understanding where your boundaries stop and start, what you're willing to accept, what you're willing to not accept, and constantly fighting that, because as much as you experience the loss, sometimes there's that discomfort where you're like, okay, we are 8 years into this evolution. Nah, let's go back to what we know because it's comfortable, it's what we understand. But then you think about what that means and the betrayal that comes with, do you go back to who you were and what was comfortable? And I think even specifically the conversations I have with my parents now, and it's only now that I'm growing older, I understand certain things. Our conversations have evolved. I always say an example is the songs in church that we sang when we were younger. You would see the aunties and you'd see the old makulu and the aunties, they'd like deep within the song, and you're just like, ma'am, it's a song, why are you crying? Like, it's just a song, calm down. But now, those same songs, it's praise and worship, but even when you say praise and worship, it's not even just the words of saying praise and worship. It's in the midst of struggles, you will praise. You will still worship. You will still be thankful. The tears will come. The prayers will come. The moments when you want to pray and you're just like, God, I can't. You know what's in my heart. Let's get through the day.
We lost my sister-in-law about 5 years ago. And that was a hard one for me. And the reason was she had left her children. We needed to take over the kids, take on the kids, live with the kids, basically raise the children. There's 3 children. It was hard because I felt like at the time when it happened, and I think coming to a place where I've had conversations with the Lord about this and made peace about our circumstances and our situation. It was hard when I lost her. I felt like I had lost my freedom, my time, myself, because it's not easy to raise children, especially when you didn't birth them. So that was one of those losses that did impact me. But after having journeyed with the Lord around forgiveness, around peace, moving past bitterness, moving past anger, moving past the why me, because we often stay in that season for quite a long time. I've come to terms with this is an opportunity to raise a generation that can take on the baton of our family, that can fulfill God's mandate, to raise a generation that's anointed, that's filled with power, that knows God, that can make a change in their generation. So for me now, the perspective I have is this situation, and my yes and my husband's yes is working towards partnering with God to do something more divine and greater.
When I lost my dad, that was one loss that over the years I didn't think that it would be that impactful. that's because I had spent also some time not seeing my dad or having any contact with him. So whenever I thought of death, I thought of, oof, should I lose a parent and it's my mom, I probably would fall apart based on the fact that, I have a close relationship with her. Whereas with my dad, it wasn't that close as with my mom. However, my dad's passing affected me so much. And it was so weird because I didn't think that it would affect me that much. The growth in it was having to let go of the guilt. I've said it so many times and I continue to say it, that when my dad passed away, a week before, in fact, not even a week, I think it was 4 days before, I had received a message that I should call my dad because he's not feeling well. And I put it off. In fact, I called my brother to ask my brother that what is this that I'm hearing? And my brother was like, I was with dad just the other day. No, I think, this person is exaggerating. Dad is fine. And yeah, so I went with what my brother told me. And the day that he passed on, I remember I just kept thinking of him. And I was like, you know what, let me just pop my dad a message. And it was literally 12 hours later. 12 hours later when he had passed on. So, and that is the growth I had to deal with, just letting go of the guilt of not having to do something when I was asked to do it. Hey, your dad is sick. Call your dad. He hasn't been feeling well. And to know that should I have prompted that, I would have had the last chat with my dad. But my text message was a little bit too late. He didn't get to read it. He had already passed on. And over the years, I battled with that guilt. So having to let go and grow out of it was one of the ways where I had to be able to take this loss for what it is.
I think there is definitely a difference between the silent no that happens in your private space and no one knows about it, and the loud no that happens more in a public space. And probably because there is other people who are weighing in and seeing and looking at how you're responding. It's easier to respond to a situation where nobody really knows the intricate details about it, right? When I was still in high school, during the process of electing prefects in school, the entire group of my friends made it. And it felt like we all knew we were all going to make it. We were all going to become prefects. And I wasn't chosen. And I felt that no, that public no, it hit me so hard. To the fact that I still remember it to this day, because I felt like I was worthy of being there. I was qualifying or whatever the case might be, and I didn't. So public no's are hard because they have the eyes of individuals looking at you, looking at how you're responding, looking at how you are going to act even after that no. So definitely there is a difference. And even how you handle both no's is different, because you, in your private space, you can handle situations, you can be silent about them and nobody has to know. But in the public space, you have people weighing in on your situation. And obviously, we live in a time where everybody has an opinion. So people weighing in their opinions even. So definitely I would say the public no's are harder. They hit a different spot. And they're also very hard to come out of.
I know it's so hard because it's also a sign of rejection, but also it is, maturity when you realize that sometimes it's not a no because you're not better, or no because you don't deserve that, or no because I didn't crown you with that. But sometimes it's actually a no because it's a not now. I just need you to, refine this. I just need you to work on this. I just need you to do that. And what I've also realized is as you let go of that no, and, holding so personally to the rejection and the shame it might come with, what I've realized is before you know it, it's a yes. Like before you know it, you're like, this door is open. Is it really open for me? And you realize that you've passed the test. So it's, yeah, silent no, loud no. It's the same for me.
The silent no's, I feel like, are the no's that you even know. It's a no immediately. It's the asks of the world, the asks of yourself, the asks of God, Creator, that you ask. And sometimes it's that application that you send, that you know deep down, you're just like, no, that's not it. It's sometimes even, you know in your gut that this is a no, but you still sometimes power through it because, hey, we're stubborn in life, eh? And then the loud no comes and you're just like, oh, that was really a no. The loud no's can be an opportunity that you thought was yours, or that you got, and it's not what it was supposed to be. Or it was what it was supposed to be, but it just wasn't for you. It was for somebody else. A no can be, yeah, this chapter's done. We're good. You've done what you needed to do here. You get plucked out and you're just like, I wasn't ready to be plucked out. It's like, well, at the end of the day, God is God. God will be like, no, I sent you there for this. What more do you want? Why do you still want to be here? Like, you've done your thing. And we always forget sometimes we will ask certain things, and sometimes it's not even in a prayer that we ask certain things of God. And He'll listen and He'll answer, not in your time, but His time. And when the answer does come, you're just like, oh, wait. I did ask for this. But in the, I don't want to say in the chaos, but in the moment when it's happening, then you're like, oh, wait, what are you doing, God? What is this? And it's like, it's only upon reflection, you're like, oh, that was my ask.
God is a detailed God. No one can tell me otherwise. I don't believe in coincidence. In fact, not in how my life has turned out, not in how situations have turned out. So if there's one thing I've continued to believe despite what has happened in my life is God is a detailed God. Things have happened. Yes, things that have delayed based on, my ignorance and other forces. But what I know for sure is He is a detailed God. Like, one is where they need to be because He's probably still crafting things, and one is in open seasons when they need to be in open seasons because it is the time. His timing is never wrong. And yeah, I pray that I'm always found in His timing and not my alignment that I feel like, this needs to happen now, when you find that it actually needs to not happen now.
That I'm loved and protected, even in the moments that I've never felt the love for self. Again, I'll go to my parents as I watch them age and the conversations that I have with them. And I mean, we all have quite interesting experiences of being parented. But as a parent myself now, I look at them and I'm just like, yo, you guys love me. Like you love me. It blows my mind.
There is a divine purpose about my life, that God loves me, and that there's going to be great progress, and we will fulfill the mandate of God.